Crystal, welcome back. So today's focus is eggs, all about eggs. All right, so we're going to be going over easy, over medium, over hard. Also, we're going to touch on scrambled and omelets, as well as hard-boiled and poached. All right, so hopefully you like eggs because we're going to whip up each one in a different method. Okay. All right, so equipment for today. I have got 2 saute pans. I've got one with a non-stick coating, and I have one that is stainless steel. I've also got us a small pot, which we will be doing poaching and hard-boiled eggs in this. I've got us a bowl for whipping up our scrambled and our omelets. A small dish if you got one, because it's easier to crack egg to egg in this and fish out any shells. And then a couple different utensils. If you're using the non-stick, you're going to want something that's not going to scratch the surface. And then of course our metal spatula is great. Whisk for the eggs, and then I love the slotted spoon for when we're bringing out the poached eggs, all right? Other than that, all we need is a little fat. I'm going to use canola oil today, and eggs. All right, let's get started. All right, so for the hard-boiled eggs, we're gonna simply get our pot with the lid, and we're gonna add cold water. And then we're gonna put as many eggs as we wanna do or that will fit, all right? And so I'm gonna add 3. Now the idea is to bring the water up to a boil. Once the water is boiling, then we will shut off the heat and put the lid on it. And we're gonna set about a 13-minute timer for a soft boiled egg, okay? Okay, so when I am doing scrambled eggs, I like to account 1.5 to 2 eggs per person. So I'm just gonna grab 4 eggs and crack them into a bowl. Like I said, we're gonna do one at a time into a dish to check for cracked shells, and then we can add it into our main bowl. Some people like to add a little bit of milk. I'm gonna go straight egg. Also, a pinch of salt or pepper would be great. All right, so I want to do my scrambled eggs in the stainless steel pan. So I'm gonna turn it to a medium heat. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit of oil. All right, while that's heating up, I will go ahead and whisk my eggs. So whisking the eggs or just breaking up that yolk and incorporating the whites and yolks together. Alright, so I've got a little heat to my pan. I'm going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of oil. Alright, distribute that around the pan. Let that heat a little bit more because I do want the pan hot before I add the eggs. Scrambled eggs are going to cook quickly if we have the right heat. Feeling a little bit of warmth there, and then I'm also seeing a little bit of ripples in the oil. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab my bowl and my whisk. I'm just going to pour it straight in the center. Perfect. I'm hearing a little sizzle, and I like that. So the idea simply here is to move or agitate the eggs around a little bit. You can go ahead and do this with your whisk. You can use a rubber spatula. And as I'm moving it, I'm allowing the uncooked parts to fall in and around and to cook, as well as not over browning any of the other egg that has already begun to cook. All right, so not looking for a super dry egg. I want to have a little bit of moisture left to it because it will finish cooking. All right, super fast process. Turn the heat off. I'm going to go ahead and grab my spatula. All right, some beautiful, fluffy scrambled eggs. Great, so I hope you can see we've got a rolling boil. Lid on, heat off. so now I want to move on to the omelet. And we're going to do a 3-egg omelet. So we're going to whisk 3 eggs into a bowl. I've got my same stainless steel saute pan. Medium heat is what I'm preheating it to. And then also I'm going to add that tablespoon of oil. Alright, so you could add a pinch of salt and pepper, and I want you to whisk these eggs, breaking up the yolk and mixing the whites and yolk together. The action is all in the wrist. Okay, so same idea as with scrambled, except for this time, when we pour the egg into the hot pan, we don't really want to stir or agitate, but we do want to move parts of the cooked egg so that the uncooked egg can run under. Alright, we're going to have some movement with the pan as well, okay? Try not to get anything browned. So omelets are great and super versatile. You really can put anything you want in the center. So for today, I went ahead and grabbed just a mix of shredded cheese that I have. Alright, so I'm going to give it one more whisk. And then I'm going to slowly pour it into the pan with my spatula handy, okay? Oh yeah, we got that nice sizzle sound. Pull down and give it a shake, alright? I'm pulling the cooked edge away so that the uncooked, I got lots of movement. And I'm just kind of putting that spatula wherever it needs to catch the cooked and let the uncooked fall down. Alright? I was having so much success that I went ahead and lifted up my pan, as you noticed, to take it off the direct heat. Okay? So now I have a wonderful shape in my pan. Alright? I like it. I'm going to turn the heat off. There's a little bit of yolk that is still uncooked, and I can bring that to the edge. But also be aware that there is carryover cooking, so once we fold this, that steam and that heat is going to cook that the rest of the way through, okay? So, I'm just going to put a little bit of cheese down the center. Alright? And then this is where you could do a complete fold over, or you could do the tri-fold. Okay? Folded it down through the center, and then I can fold it over one more time. In my plate handy, I'm just going to slide that beautiful omelet right onto the plate. Okay? Okay, so once the timer has gone off on your hard-boiled eggs, just take the lid off. And we're going to carefully take this to the sink, drain the hot water off, and start rinsing these under cool water. Alright, so I'm using the non-stick pan and I put a little bit of oil in it, probably about half a tablespoon. I'm also making sure that my handle is pointed away so that it doesn't get knocked around. Alright, so let's start with an over easy egg. Now an over easy egg means we're going to let the white set of the egg, but not the yolk. So, I'm going to just pour it into the pan. Trying to keep some of this white from sticking over here. All right. Okay, and so now I'm going to flip the egg to let the other white set. Again, not worried about the yolk cooking through. This is an over easy. All right, so our yolk has stayed intact. Both sides of the whites are set. Okay, so great thing about the non-stick pans is we can just wipe it out and start again. So this time we're gonna do an over medium, which means the whites are gonna be set and then the yolk is gonna be set just a little bit. So we need more of a medium heat here, not so much medium high, all right? So again, just add a little bit of oil, it's about half a tablespoon to your pan, all right? Once you feel like that heat's ready, go ahead and crack your egg. All right, and then we can drop the egg into the pan. All right, so immediately we see the edges of the white beginning to cook. That's good. Once all the white is almost set on this side, I'm going to go ahead and carefully turn it over. Probably about 1 more minute on this side. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty confident that the whites are cooked all the way through and that the yolk even had a little opportunity to cook. So I'm going to turn off the heat and carefully plate my egg. Alright, so let's move on to the over hard egg. If your pan is still hot and you still have enough oil in it, then it's good to go. Otherwise, set it up. All right, so cracking 1 egg. And remember, for over hard eggs, we want the white set and the yolk set. So it is absolutely a-okay to go ahead and give that yolk a poke and break it. So I'm okay with the egg kind of moving around, some of the uncooked kind of leaking over to the side. And I just use my spatula to kind of move it back and to keep an egg looking shape. These are great if you want to make like a breakfast sandwich because there's no runny yolk, and then you can have kind of that shape that fits with the bread or the English muffin, or my favorite, a croissant. So yeah, we're just watching as the one side cooks. And as it changes, you know it's cooked on the underside, excuse me. I'm just gonna flip it and let it continue cooking on the other side. All right, so you're gonna notice white, and then you're gonna notice the yolk is a pale yellow once it cooks. All right, I flipped it 1 more time. Definitely don't have to do that. All right, this egg is good to go. All right, guys, so I want you to take your small pot, fill it with water, lid on, and then high heat, okay, until we get a simmer. If you're at a boil, I just need you to go ahead and lower the temperature. All right, we just want a few of those bubbles. This is going to indicate more of a simmer than that hard boil. Okay, so for the poached egg, we're going to go ahead and crack an egg into a small bowl. And then it's best if we slowly pour the egg in the pot from the side. Okay? This gentle movement is going to help it keep its shape. All right, so I'm giving it just a minute to kind of set itself. And then I need to go ahead with my slotted spoon and give it a gentle stir. So I'm more of stirring the water, not the actual egg. Okay. And we're going to do about a 3-minute poach on this. Okay, so go ahead and turn off the heat. And if you have that slotted spoon, carefully grab the egg. Drain some of the water off and slide it onto your plate. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate the time that you spent with me, and I hope that you found something useful here. All right, if you have any questions, as always, please do not hesitate to comment or send me a message, okay? Take care.